Plaintiff Barbara Dobro became friends with the defendant after meeting at a jazz bar. Barbara says she noticed that the defendant never disciplined his son, and she's suing him today for vet bills because the defendant's son threw her beloved pet down a flight of stairs. Defendant Larry Green says he and Barbara were more than friends. They were dating. Larry claims he thought they were in a monogamous relationship, but once he discovered Barbara had cheated on him, he broke up with her. And that's why he thinks she's suing him today.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Prove your case.
Before we start, I'd like you to know that I watch your show all the time and I love it. And I'm a hat designer and I brought your wife, Linda.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Nice church hat. Nice church hat. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Go right ahead.
Well, I met Larry Green on January 24th of 2009 at a jazz bar. I was out with a girlfriend and we became friends after that. And
excuse me, Your Honor. We were more than friends. We were actually dating.
All right, I'll allow you to tell me that when she finished her testimony. Right. Go ahead.
We did movies, dinners, the typical friends things. And after about a month or so into it, I met his 5-year-old son, Gabriel. And Larry had told me many times he was high-strung and hyper. And anyway, I'd been to their house around the sun and cut his hair and noticed he was kind of destructive with his toys and things, but I don't have children, so I just assume that's a 5-year-old behavior. And then at one time in my garage, Larry was putting together a screen for me, and he was asking his son to hand him things, and whether it was the hammer or the nails, his son would just throw it at him, which I thought, if I ever threw something like to my father, when I was asked to hand it, I would have been punished in some way. And I've never seen Larry punish or scold his son in any way for anything.
All right, let me allow him to respond and give me some background on the case, sir.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, I guess, I guess it's had bad luck, with women, I suppose, because the last woman I dated actually, cut up about $2 or $3 grand worth of my clothes, and kept all the sleeves.
How much of your clothes?
About $2 or $3 grand worth, and kept all the sleeves, for whatever reason. So, I'm not going to put her in that category, but, it's kind of crazy.
What did you do?
What did I do? I just broke up with her.
Why did you break up with her?
Because she was stalking me, following me around everywhere, showing up my job unannounced, that kind of thing. So I had to break up.
But she was your girlfriend.
Yes, she was.
Why would she come unannounced? You don't know?
I have no idea.
You never asked?
I did ask, yeah. She says because
she never told you.
She said she just wanted to know what I was doing. I don't know what it was. It's, craziness. But anyway, Barbara and I were actually dating each other in what I thought was a monogamous relationship. But actually, I found out that it wasn't a monogamous relationship like she said it was. And of course, I decided to end the relationship. So I think that's why she is in court suing me today because of that. We got along fine, except for she likes to go out to the clubs and all that all the time. And, I'm getting older and she's getting older too. And that's something you do when you're in your 30s, you get to be our age. It's time to chill out a little bit. So basically, what happened was my son, she invited us to come over and visit her. And we went over to her house. And
now you're getting into the incident she's suing you about.
Yeah.
Let me allow you to tell me, and then he can respond. Go ahead.
First of all, you don't need to tell me how to live my life. April 24th, they did come over for a barbecue, watch a movie and stuff. And when they entered, Gabriel, his son, picked up my little dog, who's a 5-pound Maltese, adorable, that I've had since he was 8 weeks old. And as Larry knows, he is my baby. I adore him. He goes everywhere with me.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
He picked up my dog and ran up the stairs. And
who did?
His son, Gabriel. So I was they had just walked in, so I was talking to Larry, just, how's the day? And next thing I know, within a matter of minutes, I hear my dog just screaming, a horrible scream, and he's on my concrete floor. At the bottom of the stairs.
Downstairs, at the bottom of the stairs?
And his son was standing on the landing.
It was, Your Honor.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
So the dog wouldn't stop screaming, and I picked him up, looked for blood or bone, or there was nothing visual. And I screamed at his son saying, "What did you do? What have you done to my dog?" And he ran upstairs, probably because I'm the first adult that's ever yelled at him in any way. So Larry went upstairs. And I was screaming, we got to take him to the vet. We got to get to the vet. He wouldn't stop screaming. Well, when Larry came down, he said, I asked my son what he did, and he said he was trying to throw him on the couch, but he missed. And he said, why would you do that? He said, because you like Brutus more than me, which is my dog. And he says, I don't know why my son would do that. He's never done anything like this before. He loves your dog.
Let me hear from him
Okay.
about the incident, then we'll get back to the
First of all, Your Honor, what she's trying to prove is some type of malicious intent on the part of my son.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is, if it happened, it was an accident. I'm saying if it did happen. But as far as us seeing him do this, we didn't.
How do you suppose the accident may have happened?
My speculation is that maybe my son was trying to put her dog on because the dog played on a little
Putting
sofa
where?
right there. On the sofa.
Trying to place the dog on
right,
the sofa.
over the stairs onto the sofa down there. I'm not talking about the top. We talk about right. It's like a lower ledge. It's not the top thing. It's like the middle ledge right there. And I think he was trying to put him over onto the sofa. And I think he missed. That's what I think happened. Basically, my son does have ADHD. He's been diagnosed with ADHD. He's 5 years old. And when she came out screaming and shaking him, what did you do to my dog? I think she traumatized my son, basically. I think that's what happened. And he just started just saying anything.
Who do you think was the most traumatized?
I think he was because of the way she screamed at him.
Gotcha.
He's 5 years old. That's what I think. I think he was the most traumatized.
Screaming at a 5-year-old.
Right, and shaking him at the
would
same
be
time.
more traumatizing than a person whose dog is about to die.
Well, I would say this dog was about to die. Here's what I think.
What would you say exactly?
What would I say exactly?
Yeah,
Is this.
what was your
I think-
interpretation
I
of
think-
what happened? The
I
dog
think-
was smiling?
No, sir. No, sir. I wouldn't
was
say
the
that.
dog yelling repeatedly?
No, sir. No, sir. I wouldn't say that either.
How many feet had the dog fallen?
Approximately 5 feet, maybe.
All right. Is your son in counseling?
Yes, sir, he is.
How
Yes, sir, he is.
often?
He just got out of about a 3-week program of counseling.
Has it been working?
Yes, sir, because he just went to the first grade. It's working just fine. Yeah.
Let's get to what happened the day of. Did you see your son run up by himself?
Run up the stairs by
Yes.
himself?
And
No,
you
sir.
let him out your sight to run upstairs in this woman's house, right?
Right.
All right, good enough. And why don't you think you should pay?
Why don't I think I should pay?
Yes, sir.
Because the only reason that I paid the initial money was
Oh,
because...
you did pay some?
Yes, sir, I did.
How much?
Yes, sir, I paid $500.
What was the total bill?
I have it all here. He paid that because immediately when it happened, he said, I feel terrible. I take full responsibility and I will pay the vet bill.
Did you say that?
I said that the only reason... I did say that, but the only reason I
You
paid
did
that
say
bill...
that. No, I just
Yes,
need
sir.
you to tell
Yes,
me.
sir.
You did say that?
Because we were dating.
Whatever it was, you said it.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Right.
So why don't you think you should now,
Why-
even though you promised to do so?
Why don't think I should pay the rest?
Yes.
It's because my reason for paying the original $500 is because she was my girlfriend.
Right. Your
When I
reason
found
for
out-
agreeing, right?
Right. I'm just trying to keep the peace, basically.
All right.
Okay, now,
Okay.
the reason I
Let
don't
me
think-
ask you.
Yeah.
Any other gifts you ever bought her?
No.
No.
All right. Had you brought her a gift, would you feel entitled to take it back when you broke up?
No, but...
So why are you trying to do it today?
But I'm saying this was not a gift. This
All
was
right,
an
so
effort.
it was an agreement. You made a contract. Judgment for the plaintiff. He agrees that this wasn't a gift. It was a contract, an agreement that I'll pay you. And he says, just because you broke up, he doesn't think he should pay you now. That's not how the law goes. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
And I know the reason he didn't pay is because I was out with another guy and that made him mad and suddenly now he can't pay his debt.
I thought she was an honest person. Apparently I was wrong.